Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
Hello, all.
All right, so I finally saw The Flash, and this is going to be spoilers.
Yep.
Because on my other video that is uploaded, I had talked about it without, I think, spoilers, but I'm going to spoil it here. This is where you should have an opening, really.
Yep.
The opening of a premiere. You need something to catch the viewer's interest.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that Barry was in the Speed Force for 6 months.
Yep. And they're making it sound as though to us it was 6 months. To him, it may have been for years.
Who knows?
And all that.
And the fact that they moved on, but Iris moved on, but Cisco didn't. Yeah. And he wanted to try to save him. And crime, they weren't really doing a good job trying to stop the bad guys. I mean, they lost a couple battles.
They on a gun wound. That's pretty much all it was.
They basically lost some battles, and now they came to a huge threat that they couldn't handle. And the guy wanted to see the Flash, the Samurai droid, or whatever he called him.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know if that's really what it's called, but basically it was a thing by the supervillain, the Thinker, or something like that, to lure him out.
Yeah.
So now it's going to be a test of Will's afterwards, where he's going to test his mind, and he's going to think the fastest compared to the person who runs the fastest.
And that's what they said. That's what they said the Thinker was going to do. Where the past things, they had some sort of like temporal, and let's just call it a temporal anomaly thing going on. And with the Thinker, it's going to be more mind over matter this time around.
Now, who was playing the Thinker? It looked like Peter Weller or something. Who was it?
I'm going to have to go back and look, because I couldn't tell.
It looked like something out of RoboCop. It looked like Peter Weller. I'm like, that's not Peter Weller, is it? But so finally they get the Flash out of the Speed Force, and he's bearded, and he's faster than ever, and he's talking gibberish in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because his head is so speeded up with chaos and insanity. For years,
his mind was not able to cope with the regular world yet,
and it needed to snap him out into reality that the woman he loves was in danger. She threw herself in harm's way to snap him out of it. She knew he would snap out of it that way, and he did. And again, we got to see a lot of different things. Caitlin, was herself, but then not really. Sometimes she's Killer Frost.
The normal.
It explained the way the other guy went somewhere else, and the other HR, which is Harrison Wells, is back to his probably Earth or whatever. But I'm sure they can have another Harrison Wells probably help out, because he's always in every season. This is the way it's supposed to be done. But with Supergirl, and again, I love Supergirl to death, but Supergirl was boring, and Supergirl was slow, and Supergirl was not an opener. It was like a filler episode. I mean, I don't know what they were thinking. But you don't do that, and the ratings were bad. I gotta say, for Supergirl,
she was more. They were even coming like, yes, we understand she was mourning, but they were putting her in a situation to where it's like, she would rather be Supergirl than Kara, when Kara's the one.
That's dumb, and nobody liked it. Nobody bought it.
Yeah, and
the problem is that the opener ratings is a reflection of the whole entire series. Now, they could look at this and they could say, okay, if the ratings drop, but then the only time it rises if there's a crossover, then they're going to say, well, you know what, it's time to cancel it, because we can't do crossovers all the time to keep the interest. So the biggest test is going to be episode 2. And again, while I want Supergirl to continue, I don't want it to continue if it sucks.
Yeah.
Okay? This is the thing. I respect the show enough where if it's terrible, it gets canceled. But let's see what episode 2 does. But do not do crappy episodes. Now, we do have a new showrunner. We have new writers.
Yeah.
Maybe it takes some time to get their thing going. But I haven't seen anything that impressed me, really, with this.
The question is the gal who was talking, who's the mother of Ruby, is she going to be the alien in this, or is Ruby going to be the one? Because is the mother just going to be the protector of Ruby, who turns out to be this creature similar to Onslaught?
No, the mother is Rain. That's the one that at the end that she was on Earth, because if you remember, Supergirl got there later than she was supposed to. So Rain got to Earth with Superman, but she just must have forgot who she was because there was no Supergirl or whatever. And she just, became into life, had a kid. And now all of a sudden she's going to remember, and then she can't be the villain probably because she has a daughter, she has a life. It's overtaken her programming or whatever. So that's going to be an interesting take. Mon-El's probably going to come back in the mid-season.
They were hitting on that because I know I mentioned this in the past with the Legion ring because I think he's supposed to be with the Legion now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Somebody's got him, I know, right? He went to a wormhole or something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So my thing is that you need to up the game for Supergirl. Flash is already set. People will love it. It's not going anywhere, but Supergirl is in trouble right now. And if you say it's not, you're not looking at the ratings. Again, I know it's one episode, but it's the opener. And that's a big...
It's the one that grabs everybody.
They won't renew the next half. I mean, this is the thing. You got to watch Supergirl or you got to get the story better. Bottom line.
There was one guy I was watching today on YouTube. They were talking about, is Orville going to be, is it going to be canceled? And the guy was even showing. See, if you look at because the ratings have dropped some. But when he showed the ratings, I forget who's number one off the top of my head. But Orville was number 2, and that was even above. That was like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
About 5 over Gotham. So there's no thoughts of, yes, it may drop some, but it's still the number 2 spot for 14 to 45-year-olds who their demographic is shooting for.
So we're gonna Flash was a success, Supergirl was not. We're gonna come back and we're gonna do a bigger everything show. I have to drop out for a few minutes, but I did hear your comments. I know that you want the everything show the way it was before with 40 minutes or 30 minutes. People have said that they didn't like the short versions. And again, as I explained, it's only because I can't be expected to make 100 videos that are 40 minutes each. I would have never made it for my deadline, which I had set a goal for myself, get 100 videos before the weekend is done, and I did that. Okay, and the weekend was extended because we had Columbus Day. So when you woke up in the morning on Tuesday, you had your 101 videos. So that was the whole thing. We will have our regularly scheduled everything shows when I come back. All right? Stay tuned. Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.